Now, all right, welcome back to the Survivor Conquest Podcast. Um, Somebody is a little bit sleepy, but I'm sure we will have a very lively discussion today, and he will wake up. But
Oh, I'm wide awake, baby. Oh, it's podcast time. Woo-hoo. Oh, I'm hyped. Oh, let me tell you, this episode. Hi, Fisher, by the way. This is our last guest that we've had on previously. From here on out, oh, it's an exciting time for our illustrious 20 viewers that we consistently get because it's all new folks from here. So it's going to be real twisting and turn. Are we getting Mr. Beast? Have we reached out to his team? Maybe. It's not impossible. But this episode, I mean, I'm sure you both will share the same opinion, but I love it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Mr. Beast was done very tastefully, and I mean, I have my own thoughts on it that I can go into more depth later, as I'm sure you both will, but I just really liked this episode. I thought every aspect of it worked very, very well.
You want to go? You want to go first, or do you
go
want me to go
ahead. I
first? Sorry.
was I was gonna let you
All
go
right.
since both of us have already said something. Yeah.
Um. Well, I love the episode. I think Mr. Beast is probably like the best celebrity we've had so far. I really hated the Zach Brown thing, so I was a little scared with this thing. I think if with the we'll probably get more into this, but I feel like it could have went a lot more differently, in my opinion, if the coin thing went differently. But I'm happy it like how it turned out. That's all I'll say for that part at least.
hmm
Um,
Yeah. So I was actually very skeptical about the Mr. Beast thing because of what we've seen previously with the other celebrities. And, I just thought he was going to make his little one and done appearance at the auction and then that was it. But then when they showed some like press photos and like promos for the episode, I saw him he was also at Tribal Council. So I was a bit worried. I thought we were going to get too much Mr. Beast. But I think like you guys said, I think we can all agree that this was I think by far, honestly, the best celebrity twist and cameo that we've had this season. I'm very happy with the result. I think the risk was definitely, I think it was a balanced out risk versus reward thing. And I'm happy that we got the $2 million cash prize, which by the way, I think survivors should raise their cash prize regardless, especially I guess with this economy and whatnot. A
mhm.
million isn't the same as it was in 2000. So. But anyway, it's nice to see that. And one thing I do want to talk about this episode, well, I should just start by asking Fisher because all of our guests have very strong opinions about this one player. So I want to know, Fisher, what are your thoughts on Aubrey Bracco?
uh, I mean, I just, in my opinion, Aubrey this season, she's just like, I love Aubrey in every other season she's been in, and it's because of her charismatic like energy. Like, not even like she comes out as like a nerd. This season, this isn't Aubrey in my opinion. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel like Aubrey. I feel like she's kind of sick of Survivor. That's the way I think about it, and I think it kind of shows in her gameplay. It's kind of sloppy and lazy. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't been the biggest fan of her this season.
Okay.
I would agree for most of this season she seemed that way. I feel like she's finding her footing now, and I really liked Aubrey this episode. One, Jesus Christ, like that
Oh, the
whole family
auction part.
visit
I really love the
section
auction part.
or that whole reading of the letter was just like, wow. I wonder if Aubrey does well this season. Like that was such a slam dunk type of winner's edict type thing, especially when it like by for all intent and purposes, like she was not very necessary to the content of this episode. But like I was just like, damn, that's like winner's edit 101 for Aubrey. But I really liked her this episode. I've come around on Aubrey. I think she's very, very fun this season. I like her whole like I'm a psycho bit. Like it's literal like Aubrey. Like oh my like she's nerdy Aubrey, but she says she's a psycho. I guess is that something from her previous seasons? I don't
I
remember
don't
very well,
think
but
so.
No.
No.
Oh,
She's very
okay.
calculated in her like previous seasons.
Well,
Um,
I like Aubrey.
I
I
liked her
liked her
at
this
Tribal.
episode.
She was like fun at Tribal with like her little like nitpicks and like comments.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I agree. I liked Mr. Beast this episode, and I'll say this for him. I think given the space and the work that Mr. Beast or Jimmy, whatever his last name is, McGill does,
Donaldson.
Donaldson. He might be
sure,
related to Colby Donaldson. I don't
he
know.
might be. But given just like the space he comes from and the work that he does, I feel like he more than anyone else was aware of what the hyper fan community was going to react to this. And so I could really see like he's the one that's the most conscious and he's not trying to make it about himself. The way that Zach Brown had four confessionals and outdid Tiffany in confessionals for like multiple episodes. He didn't have any confessionals. He really took a step back. He didn't try and overshadow anybody. There was no Mr. Beastisms where he's trying to like impersonate Jeff. You gotta dig deep. This is so crazy. Like he took his seat and then he left. He didn't. I was surprised he didn't even stay for the vote. Like I thought maybe he'd stay for the vote and watch the rest of tribal council, but he didn't. He just fucked off. I feel like that's a lot of because he knew what the fans' reaction would be to this. Like he knows what the super fan community is gonna think of all this. And so he chose to be respectful. And also, I think, yeah, this probably was very much his idea. And it was the best idea done. Like, I'm sure that, like, I don't agree, or I agree with Fisher. I think had the coin flip gone another way, probably all people are pissed. We have to take into account that we got the literal best version of what we could have gotten tonight, which is why we're all so excited about it. But there is a large downside. There is actually a factor that objectively I quite like. I like the high risk, high reward. That's what made this payoff so great is the fact that had he called wrong on that coin flip, he genuinely would have just been out. Just like that, simple as that. 2 second coin flip and you're out of the game. I like that. I feel like that's a good risk versus the reward.
The only thing I'm gonna say like about the coin, just so we're not like harping on this too long, but like it's just like I think the person like Devens being the person that flips the coin, I think it's also kind of what makes it fair as well. Because I think if the coin was like, oh, you land on it wrong, you're not out, like you like lose your vote. I think he was gonna go home anyway, probably in that situation. So out of all those people, even if it wasn't automatic elimination, he would go home anyway. So at least it could be at least somewhat fair in that scenario. But I just it doesn't feel like Survivor. It's like being eliminated from a coin. Like that's why I kind of hate like when Deshaun was fighting for his life with like the do or die twist. Like probably the worst twist in my opinion of the new era.
Yeah. Yeah, that twist wasn't great.
And it's only
Yeah.
16.66% higher odds to survive there.
I mean, also just like I guess speaking of like the new era, I mean the auction, we had a very kind of traditional survivor auction. We didn't have to go in the jungle and look for like tubes of cash. There wasn't losing your vote if you had the most money left over. There wasn't what other things? I think in 47 or maybe they did in 45 as well. They had like money back. You can like whenever you bid on something and get something, there's like potential money that you can earn on stuff like that. It was just straight $500, $20 increments. But they did add this chaos element, which in my opinion, I think is a bit unnecessary. Like, and the only thing about the chaos was one person had like the bad item and had to complete the task so that the other person could get the good item, which is okay, I guess. And I also thought that Jeff didn't do a good job explaining the rules. I don't know if that was just me. I was very confused about
I,
like what
I
it is
like
that he
that the
meant.
players also seemed actively confused by it. It's one of those like real moments that I could kind of appreciate. And honestly, the whole chaos versus comfort, I feel like it was so minor, it's not worth complaining about. Like, I was fine. It added like a little minor bit of social intrigue to the auction with how they went through all these different circumstances with the chaos versus comfort. But it was such an it's over now, it's done with. I thought it was fun to see Jonathan eat the sea slug. It was fun to see Aubrey eat the grubs really excitedly. I was fine with it. It was an over and done with thing, and honestly, like I didn't mind the little minor social strategy element that it had to it.
Yeah, it was a very
As
minor thing. I just thought it was unnecessary.
You
Like
just like to complain.
no, like it didn't really add anything
He just likes
like
to complain.
to the auction. I didn't make it any more interesting or anything like
Okay,
that. So,
okay, okay,
but
okay.
it
You
was
got your point.
fine, I
No,
guess.
you got okay. You have got your point across. Put down your torch. Put down your pitchfork. It's done,
Oh wait,
Mr.
actually, hold
Escobar.
on. There's something I just thought about with the auction. There weren't technically any like bad like items. Like yeah, there's the chaos thing, but there wasn't like a bad item that was put up for bid that was kept cover or anything like that. So I thought that was interesting. So
I'm
theoretically,
kind of
everything was a good item.
I'm kind of disappointed they took away the margarita.
Do they
I
always have
heard
a
There
about
was
that.
no
margarita?
I
margarita this
forgot that there was
auction.
even a margarita curse, but yeah, that there was no margarita. There's
I
no
was looking out
shower.
for it. I was curious. I was curious to see if it was gonna like hit anyone.
I really wanted somebody to be like, "Oh, I need to make an iconic moment here," and like Cirie was gonna have like chocolate cake on her fingers again, and because Survivor wants to have that moment, and then it would have been like, "Oh, well, let's recreate the moment where Eric eats it, and it's fucking Ozzy sucking, or it's Rizzo sucking the chocolate cake off of Cirie's fingers." Like that would
No,
be such a perfect
That
Rizzo moment.
yeah, I was
they
gonna
gotta
say that sounds
modernize
like
it.
something he'd do.
Probably
Go
just
ahead.
like Ozzy eating it out of Rizzo's belly button or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The heck?
don't turn me on too much. Wow.
Um,
um,
All right. So, I'd say let's move into. Okay, first off, I want to say this. I was so terrified going into tribal council because we didn't know what Mr. Beast was going to do. We didn't know what hijinks were afoot. I was so scared that one of the best potential tribal councils we've had in years was about to get upended by some like random like, oh, and everybody here has to flip a coin to risk their vote. Or, oh, surprise, it's the hourglass is back. It's the Mr. Beast bogus hourglass. Oh, and it's gonna change up this game by because we're reduxing this entire round right now at Tribal Council and doing another immunity challenge. I was ready for some really awful hijinks. It turned out lovely, but oh man, I was scared that this awesome pre-tribal phase was going to be absolutely upended. And I am very happy. And I think should probably go player by player because I think a lot of different players had a little bit to do with every single thing. Obviously, there's players that had a larger hand and players that had a smaller hand, but I feel like everybody was kind of active in maneuvering here, and I thought it was a lot of fun.
yeah, but actually, one more thing before we do that, I just thought of. So at the auction, like Jeff said, everybody who wants in at $20 can at $20, I believe, right? So what would have
no, everyone
happened?
had to go in for
Oh,
20
everyone
bucks.
had to for it to happen?
Otherwise, you couldn't like if someone like didn't want to do it, like they all had to agree to doing 20 bucks.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like whoever wanted to like opt in, just give them $20. So I was like, I wonder what would have happened if somebody would have been like, nah, I don't want to do it. Or like one person was left out, which I mean, even also like brings up the question, like, I wonder what they would have done if they were just like, nah, like I don't want to do it. Like Mr. Beast would have flown out to Fiji. Well, actually, no, I think he was filming Beast Games while they were filming 50, but
Yeah.
all of that would have been for nothing. But I guess we could talk about each individual player. I feel like typically that's I feel like there's not much to talk about when doing that and it's not as necessary, but we're down to single digits now. And we're getting closer to the end of the game. I guess I mean we already spoke about Aubrey, but I do want to talk about her a little bit more because I feel like it's strange, like from an edit perspective, I feel like she's a contender to win the game, but in terms of like what I see as a game player, I don't see it. It's a bit strange. I mean, Aubrey has, well, in this episode, especially, got a lot of personal content. There was like the flashback of like Michelle, like losing to Michelle from Survivor Co. Wrong, and then she made that connection about this time, saying like, oh, Michelle won the game by doing things at the very end. And she was like, maybe I can learn a thing or two from her. And Aubrey hasn't done much of anything, to be honest, so far in this game. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like a full circle moment or if that's like the story that they're trying to tell for Aubrey if she wins is that she wins in a very Michelle way, which I think that would be kind of funny because I think she talked a lot of crap about Michelle's win or losing to Michelle throughout the years or whatever. Um, and what was I going to say about Aubrey? And also just like she's very relevant, I feel like in the edit. Like even if the gameplay that's going on isn't particularly like about her or she's not playing a like very large point a very large role in the strategy of the game, we I feel like we always hear from her all the time. And the new era, I believe, since like Marianne, the winner has always had a confessional, at least one confessional an episode. And I think Aubrey has had that. So, I mean, that's all I really have to say about Aubrey, I guess. I don't know. She'd be a very weird winner if she wins that. She
Yeah,
would have to have a phenomenal endgame because, like I said, from gameplay, like I just don't see it. Like, she's not playing very good.
we're gonna need like an Emily. Wait, no, not Emily. Oh my God, a Rachel type run at the end.
Fuck, what was Dean's last name? We're gonna need that fourth quarter
Kowalski or whatever.
surge.
I think that
Oh,
was.
Dean
Yeah, that.
Kowalski or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna need a Dean Kowalski level fourth quarter surge from Aubrey Bracco.
But the thing is
Um,
about Dean, it's like Dean wasn't like I feel like Aubrey has been actively bad throughout the season. Like Dean was kind of just like as said, DK chilling. Like he wasn't bad. He was just kind of there.
wasn't
But
Dean like really in a really bad spot right at the start of 39? Like he was like one of the
Hmm.
only people left out of a vote.
I don't
Like,
remember. I know he
and he
made a
had to play
connection
an
with
idol
Kelly
that
though.
was given to him.
And Kelly, yeah, played the idol. I mean, you could argue and say that was like a good move on his part. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, and just like hearing all of the post game, or yeah, the not the post game, like the post like interviews from like each episode and stuff. People are actively talking like saying bad things about Aubrey, and even like Aubrey, I felt like was in danger throughout the season. So yeah, I don't know.
I will say this, because edit wise, as fun as going over the edit and dissecting every last detail is, it's not always the be all and end all of Survivor content. But I will say this. I feel like Survivor Edit 101, Survivor Edgic, is you need to have a moment at the family visit. And this is our family visit equivalent. So I'm trying to remember who all got a reading the letter moment. It was Devens, I think it was
Cirie.
Joe, Aubrey,
Three.
Cirie. Was there anyone else? Oh, I think Ozzy kind of had a moment right
Yeah,
He
at the
Ozzy.
did.
start.
Yep. And
Was that it? I don't
did
think
Tiffany get
Rizo.
one? I thought Tiffany got one.
No,
I
honestly, I don't even
don't.
remember Aubrey getting a moment with her letters. I know she got a moment at the
The macaroni and
auction
cheese
with the
part.
mac and cheese. Yeah, how
Yeah, no,
that
she
reminded
did.
her
She got like the biggest section.
about the letters. Oh, I thought it was about like the mac and cheese and something else that she said
I
that
think
like
maybe
made
I
her
think it kind of all tied together, but yeah.
maybe. I
I'm
don't
just
know.
waiting for the rug. I'm just waiting for the rug pull on us with Cirie.
Yeah, that's what I'm anticipating that like if we're getting all this setup, and we've been getting so much setup week after week for Aubrey. I feel like if she takes out, I think Ozzy, or she takes out Cirie, and that's her big move that sets her up to the end game for her, and then like a win potentially. Yeah, that's vision is what I feel like in my bones is gonna happen. But moving on beyond that, player I want to discuss is Jonathan. I feel like Jonathan is one being given a lot of credit by the edit and is being very protected by the edit. At the same time, I think he operated this week pretty well considering that everything blew up on him and he lost
He
his close probably his closest ally.
he's like 60% of the reason why Stephanie went home because he started the thing with Ozzy and then because he was like, "Oh, Ozzy threw out your name, Stephanie," and then that's what caused everything.
Yeah, but at least from what we were shown, I would probably blame Joe the most because Joe was the one that immediately, from what we were shown, ran to Tiffany and to
Hmm.
Cirie, and that's how that whole situation blew up. Again, that's just from what we were shown, so it's not a hundred
No,
percent
I
probably
think
accurate.
I think that is accurate because I listened to a post like episode interview that's or post elimination interview that Stephanie gave and That's basically what she said, that it was Joe's fault going and running over to them and telling them everything. That's why things happened the way they did. So I think that is pretty accurate.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I would say that yeah, like that's it's not on Jonathan, it's not on Stephanie that blew up, but I give plenty of credit to Jonathan for how he handled it after that in that he just shut the fuck up. Like he let Stephanie dig her own grave, and it was also like a very smart move even in the setup in that he was kind of laying the foundation for Stephanie to go home in the event that the plan blew up. And that's like really good thinking. Like you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're not all in on this plan. You have an alternate path. You're able to pivot if you need to so that you can abandon ship and let Stephanie take the bullet, even though it was Jonathan's plan. I think whether or not there was a lot of intentionality to it, it was a really good play on his part.
I just I worry for how many people he has left that he can like have under his
Yeah.
wing. Like he has Joe to a point, just because of like that like nobility thing, but I can't think of anyone that would really like go to
He
bat
has
for him
Aubrey. We
currently.
had that little segment like a week or two ago about him working with Aubrey.
Yeah, but
So I feel like
nothing.
Aubrey's probably somebody that, okay, here's my vision. I think Aubrey scoops up Jonathan as a vote, and then like that's used to take out like Ozzy or Cirie. I know I'm really all in on this one very specific situation, but I don't know. I feel it in my bones that this is a situation we're being set up to see.
I think Jonathan is actually playing a really good game. Like,
He
and
is.
people are saying like, again, talking about the edit and Edgic, that he's like gonna be a finalist, well, a losing finalist. And honestly, like, I don't know. I feel like he's playing. I mean, it depends on obviously who he's sitting next to at the end. But if people are saying like Aubrey's like the big like winner contender in terms of like the edit as well, like I just don't see how Jonathan beats Aubrey unless something like that happens. Because I mean, as much as I love like the nerd strategic like archetype, and typically someone like Aubrey is the person that I like to root for. I'm not gonna lie, like being objective, I'd vote for Jonathan to win over Aubrey based on what we've seen so far. I think Jonathan
Mhm.
has objectively played a better game than Aubrey, not just a better game than Aubrey, but I think he's played one of the better games in the game that we've seen so far.
I mean, I think I can name like four people he's doing better than.
Is it? It's Joe, Aubrey, Emily, and Devens, or
And
Tiffany?
Tiffany, like,
Tiffany.
and I'm just trying to think.
And so
I
it's
don't,
just Sir Wizard of Oz. He's right behind them.
basically, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I would have, as far as who I consider to be winner contenders, yeah, it's the Cirie, Rizzo, Ozzy trio. And then I have Aubrey and Jonathan as kind of like a step down, but they're
Rizzo's
still
been
both
kind
in
of like
contention.
falling.
And then the other four.
Rizzo's been kind of falling out of it for me a little bit, just with like
Rizzo,
how
yeah, it
they
was a
kind of been treating
very
him with
quiet
the edit.
episode where it was a very quiet episode from Rizzo where I feel like if he
Especially
was
with his
gonna
name out
win,
there.
I would expect something from him because his whole thing was I'm the little Albanian boy, and my family means everything to me. And then he didn't get a segment when they got the letters from home. That tells me he's probably I wouldn't be surprised if he goes far, but like I don't see him winning.
I see him probably getting like runner up or like fire making, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that. Or he's honestly, he could be like the Carolyn Weiger of this season, where he's loved by fans. He's shown to be playing a pretty good game, but then at the end, he just doesn't have it. And so he can't win. Like there's just something that there's some secret sauce that he's missing. Could be on this season, could be his age, could be the fact that he just played like 20 days ago. So, you know. But beyond that, we can move
Um,
on to another player unless you guys have any other thoughts. I mean, you guys choose a player.
Let's
Who do
talk
you guys want to
Tiffany.
about
speak about?
let's talk
You want
about
to talk about Tiffany?
Cirie. I was gonna say Cirie because what I've noticed so far is that whenever Cirie targets somebody and says, "This is who needs to go home tonight," that person is the person that gets voted out. And we saw it again last night with Stephanie going home. Like Cirie said it, Stephanie needs to go, and that's what happened.
Well,
Whatever Cirie says goes, and whoever targets Cirie as well, we see that person like go home. So. I guess lesson to I was gonna say lesson to like maybe future Survivor players that ever play with Cirie, but I don't think Cirie's gonna ever play again. And if she does, it's not gonna be with newbies. Do not
I
target
want to say
Cirie.
this. I don't know if Cerie's ever had any part in funeral planning, but if I'm Stephanie, with how many times Cirie has orchestrated my demise, I think she should probably consider a career, at least for Stephanie's funeral. Because, dear God, it has happened every single time.
It's not even that like she can like get people targeted. Like when they target her back, like they like very easily like just back off. Like they don't like want to stay on that. They're like, oh, like I think they were at Tribal literally apologizing for throwing out Sarie's name. Like she's at that level where like if you throw out her name and then someone else finds out, like you have to immediately back off of it unless you have like somehow like enough advantages to take her out.
Cirie is so
And
well connected. If
yeah,
somebody,
I think Cirie
so she's
is.
gonna find out about it if somebody, targets her
I think I could pretty comfortably and confidently say I think Cirie's probably the best social player in Survivor
ever.
history. Yeah. I think she's got to be the best. The problem is that I mean she's like 9 out of 10 strategic game. I don't think she's probably not the best strategic wise, but the fact that she is so good socially and then she does have that top tier strategic game as well. Strategic and social, they work in tandem. They're one and the same a lot of the time because you can't have one without the other a lot of the time. And then the only problem is that she's got the 0 out of 10, if not into the negatives for her physical game, which could be a factor in why she is able to so easily skate by because so many people know she can't win a challenge, she can't make fire, so they're not worried about taking her that far. At the same time, I feel like she just is that good. Like I'm really coming around to the idea that at the end of the day, I may not understand it unless I'm on the island with Cirie being so smitten with her, but she just does seem like she is just that next level that it's I can't even understand how without playing the game with her that she is just that good.
Hmm.
I mean, totally different show, but like if you've ever seen her on Traders, like oh my God, it is like she's just if you watch that season of the Traders, like you will like undisputedly probably call her like the best social game player ever.
Yeah.
I think that's
Um,
probably like the proper example right there.
I've seen like clips of it. I've never like sat down and watched the whole season, but I was gonna say this kind of like back to what you said, Kyle. Like initially, I thought that like, oh, whoever takes out Cirie, like really, like that one move alone should win somebody the game. But honestly, now that we're talking about Cirie, I think it really puts things in perspective how difficult it is going to be to take her out of the game and how big of a move that is in terms of like resume and jury credit. So, because we've seen it time and time and time after again, this season that like whenever, taking out Cirie or putting any plan in motion against Cirie is not an easy task. And usually the person putting the plan together ends up going home. So, yeah, but I guess we can talk about, since we're talking about Cirie so
I'm
much, we can talk
gonna say
about, oh, go ahead.
one more
Yeah.
thing, and I think there's also the added aspect. Oh my God, uh, where like whoever, even if you do take out Surrey, whoever like controls that plan is now going to go home, and it like incentivizes for her to always make it to fire two there, like in that
That's
situation.
actually a good point. Yeah, I feel like that might like increase somebody's threat level, and that person might be next in line. That's another thing I didn't think about that could very well be the case. But I was
And
gonna
like,
go ahead.
and it'll be the final thing. If she's like in Final Four, I think whoever's like, if she's like the biggest threat, they're gonna put themselves in the fire against her like 100% of the time because they want to have that move
Well, that's
on a
if
season
there
like
is
this.
fire. We don't
Oh
know if
yeah,
there
I
is a
forgot.
fire
My bad.
yet.
I completely forgot
So,
Isn't
about
it
that.
confirmed that it's fire? I'm pretty sure that was like one of the things that like was it like inside Survivor confirmed is that it was like fire making.
once again, production gets what they want in terms of like, because I feel like, yeah, the
No,
fans.
you get what you want. You voted for
I
fire.
didn't.
You
I
chose
actually did
this.
vote for fire making. That's probably like a hot take or like an unpopular like opinion, but I think fire making, like, yeah, I understand it's a social strategy game, but fire making kind of gives the opportunity for that like big threat to like stay in the game and win. Like, I don't know. Like, Think about it like this. If Cirie actually makes it to Final Four and like we didn't vote for fire making and it's like, oh no, there's a vote. Like, the fans can't get upset and they only have themselves to blame because we had the opportunity to give her a chance to win the game and make it to the end at the final three. So
Would be a funny moment, yeah, if Cirie goes out three to
it would
one,
have been, it
and
would
then
be a
everyone's
funny
just
moment,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
I wish it was fire." Oh,
Yeah, Cirie once again gets screwed over by something that is completely out of her control. So
yeah.
And she's lost fire 3 times now. That's awful.
I can
she,
think of two times. I
I
don't
can think of
remember
two
the
times.
others.
Yeah, she lost fire in Panama and she lost fire in Australia v World. I don't know.
Yeah, she lost twice in that season.
Oh yeah, she
Oh,
did. Oh my God. Wow. I guess the fire really
well,
won't help her
hopefully she's been
anyway.
practicing.
Uh, I don't know,
Tony did
maybe.
show her the technique, like waving around the
Oh, I forgot what they
like
call it.
Craig's
It's like
mom.
the rocking the baby technique. I think that's what
Hmm.
it's called. Something like that. Yeah. We've been talking a lot about Cirie, so let's talk about like her allies. I know we talked a little bit about Rizo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ozzy. Somebody who like I don't know, is kind of like Jonathan, I think, playing a much better game compared to his previous like appearances. She's like more strategic this time around. I feel like a little bit more aware of the social strategy aspect of the game. Um, I don't think Ozzy's winning the game. And I know something we haven't talked about as well are the two idols. Well, I guess now the three idols that are in the game. And I think Ozzy, out of everybody who's left who has an idol, I think is the most likely to actually get voted out idol in pocket. And it actually wouldn't surprise me if Ozzy goes home idol in pocket this season.
I don't disagree. I really like Ozzy this season. I've come
No,
around
I
on
do
Ozzy a
too.
lot.
I do too.
But
Yeah.
so for my own enjoyment and for like Ozzy's sake, I hope he doesn't. I hope he gets like a nice idol play, or how maybe he just eventually wastes it and then he goes like a round or two later. Like I would be upset with that. I also at this point, like it's weird to say it, but I wouldn't be upset at an Ozzy win. Like I really like Ozzy this season. I think it's smart. It's like as much as you can say like, well, you should just be good at the strategic game on your own and you should have be able to have your own social game. The fact that he's able to recognize and compensate for the fact that he doesn't have those good aspects is by working with Cirie, props to him for that. I think that's fair game. Like, and then it's just a matter of if he's smart enough to take out Cirie, which I admit I feel like he'd probably end up taking Cirie to the end, and that would be a fatal flaw in his game. But being smart enough to recognize his own flaws and compensate for that by using Cirie in that role, very, very smart. And beyond that, even still, I feel like he's like, I don't think Cirie's out there dictating every single little thing he does. The fact that he is playing the middle and doing so relative or was doing so relatively well, now people really want him gone. I feel like a lot of that is just him. Like that's not Cirie telling him, "Hey, Ozzy, go play the middle. Hey, Ozzy, go be in good with a lot of people. Go and be recognized as this massive threat." I think that's just Ozzy, and like that's props to him. I feel like he's the one that's doing a lot of that, and I think that's just really impressive considering I thought of Ozzy as just game changers Ozzy, where he's just Mr. Fishing, Mr. Providing, and then I'm gonna go home second merge vote.
I think it's interesting how you said that Ozzy is gonna, or you think Ozzy's gonna take Suri to the end. I don't think anybody. I think everybody there is smart enough to know
Fearless.
better.
I'm not convinced that he would, but I think if there's anyone that would, it's Ozzy. Like if there's
Okay.
anyone that has a chance, it's Ozzy.
Okay. Yeah, I
Eh,
agree with that.
I think if anyone has a better chance of taking Cirie, I think it's like Tiffany.
Oh, I mean maybe. I don't think Tiffany's that dumb. I think yeah, I don't think Tiffany's been shown to have had a lot of agency this season, but it's still Cirie. I don't think Tiffany would do that.
No.
Yeah, as much as like she did seem like Cirie Jr. just sitting in the hammock next to her while Cirie was being her mob boss self. But I don't get that vibe from Tiffany.
Suri,
I've enjoyed Tiffany more once we actually started to meet her
uh,
this season.
she's still just kind of there to me. She's okay, I guess. I mean, I was gonna say Suri could play. Suri just has to get to the end and she wins. It honestly doesn't really matter how bad Suri plays the game. At least I don't think like Cirie. I feel like she'd win. Like doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it's impossible that Devens could stand a chance against her just by the narrative arc it would take for him to get there. And at the end of the day, if he does get there now he's the guy that gave everyone the chance to have $2 million instead of $1 million. So that, on top of the fact that it would have to be some crazy run for him to get that far, like I feel like Devens could stand a chance. I don't think Devens is going to get there. I think Devens will be gone. I'm hoping, just for my own entertainment as a viewer, that he doesn't just go home next round, which, yes, he has an idol, but we did see in the preview Emily saying that I can get him to play it on me. So
I
maybe
don't
there's
think
going to
he'll
be
do
some
that.
hijinks there where he's going to play it for Emily and then he gets voted out. I hope that doesn't happen because like I don't like it when a player like a player on the bottom squeaks through for a round, but then they just go the next round, so it barely even mattered. Like I want him to make it like at least 2 rounds, and then I'll be like, okay, like yeah, it was really nice having Devens around. Although I'm sure I'll even still be upset when he goes home. But I just don't want him to go home next week. We'll see what happens at beyond nothing. Like I've liked this season so far. It's had its lows, but it's had a lot of highs too.
I mean, I feel like it's hard to mess up a season like this with like this type of
They've
cast,
been
especially.
trying.
Well, I guess that's true. But
No,
I
I've
mean,
I've
we've
liked
been
this
Oh,
so
episode
the
anyway.
deprived.
blood moon.
We've been so deprived of like a returning like all-stars player season. So maybe that's why it seems as good because like so good. I mean, to be honest, like I like this season too, but it's not like a top tier season or top 10 or honestly probably not even top 20 to be honest. I don't know. I wouldn't rank this. I mean, it depends on like, the ending and the season as a whole, but this is not a top tier season. It's good, but it's not the best we've seen for sure.
Yeah. I've never really bothered to rank seasons. I don't know. It probably also has to do with the fact that I only ever really watched Survivor seasons once, just for me, my own personal enjoyment. I've never gone back and watched ever again. I also just I have no interest in ranking seasons. It's all Survivor to me. Yeah, there's seasons I enjoy more, but it's all
I
Survivor.
mean, I don't have a ranking or anything. It's just off the top of my head from what I remember from what I've seen. I feel like the season isn't the best of the best or anything like that. So
I think it could squeak into top 20. I think
Yeah,
maybe.
sure.
season's not done yet though, but
Yeah, I mean, I believe I've said this on maybe I said this on last week's podcast, but how much I like a season. I mean, the winner does influence like my overall opinions on the season and how much I like it. I mean, it's not like I guess like oh, like if this person like wins, it's like absolute trash. If the gameplay up until that point has been pretty good. I mean, it'll move it down a notch, but um yeah. So
I get that.
I was gonna actually ask, but I guess Kyle already kind of answered this question. Like, how much longer do you guys think Devens has in the game now that he has the idol and he is kind of like still public enemy number one? I still think he has a pretty big target on his back.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like his antics worked earlier, so like I'm feeling. I think he can make final six. I think he makes it to final six.
I can say, well, yeah, yeah, I could see somewhere around there.
But the moment he uses his idol, he's just a sitting like duck.
He's just, yeah, it's just until it's his time to go. Um, I mean, well, Devin has won, I think, a couple immunities on Edge of Extinction, so he's not incapable of winning a
He
challenge.
was also playing against like War Dog.
I guess we do have Jonathan, Joe, Ozzy. We have like some of the best physical players ever, so maybe it won't be as easy.
Physical Beast
Hey,
Victoria.
don't discredit Tiffany. She's won two as well and done pretty well.
Yeah, I guess I'm just talking about like throughout like the person's like career playing Survivor. Like, yeah, those three that I
Yeah.
mentioned are probably one the best or one of the best.
I really hope just Ozzy wins another one. I want
I
to at
hope so
least
too.
tie the record.
Yeah.
I actually want to see him tie the record because honestly, like I never thought of Boston Rob as like
I
a
don't think
physical
Basarab
player,
deserves the
and I don't
record.
think he deserves it. Yeah, I think you're right. I agree.
Yeah. I also agree. So I'm glad we're all in agreement about that.
Well, because like most of his challenges come from Redemption Island, and like the competition he had during that season was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, at least
What do you mean?
Ozzy.
Philip Shepard was not the competitor?
No. No, he definitely not.
Okay.
Um,
unless it's like a
so
feather dancing competition.
I don't know if he'd win that. Oh, maybe. Uh, who haven't we talked?
We
Let's
haven't
talk
talked.
about, huh?
Oh, you go.
No, I was gonna say, let's talk about Joe, because I know we talked
Yeah, I
about,
was gonna say Joe.
yeah, people who we think are gonna be like end game or like make it to the end. I believe Kyle and I have been saying this for a couple of our podcast episodes. I think Joe is going to be the third place finalist of the season, but not just third place. I think he's going to be a zero vote finalist. It's not going
Yeah,
to be like 48, where I think he had played a decent enough game and had a vote at least. Like this time around, I don't know, just not there.
I think he's gonna make it, and he's gonna. I'm predicting that Christian's gonna give him like I I know he Christian does not like Joe, like, and that's what I'm kind of waiting for. I think Christian's gonna give him like the most baby speech ever, like where he's just babying him down. I think he's gonna just get a reality check mainly. I think that's just all he is there for now.
The thing is, I don't even think Joe necessarily thinks he's playing like a phenomenal game anyway. It's not like Joe falsely believes that he's playing this amazing game. I mean, I don't think he thinks he's playing like really bad, but um, I don't know. I don't think he sees himself as that high of a regard in terms of the kind of game he's played so far.
Joe, yeah, he's gonna get third place, I think. Or maybe like he's like a whatever vote, the way that like Mitch was a whatever vote in what was that
Hey,
season like
put
48?
respect on Mitch's name.
Apparently, Mitch was a big threat, and I don't see it, but okay.
Sure.
I mean, I heard till this day Mitch is still waiting for the perfect time to make a move.
He's gonna do it soon though.
Oh
Come
boy.
on out, Mitch. I brought a briefcase.
He's gonna be back for second chances too, and his whole thing is gonna be about making a move, and then he doesn't again. Oh, the joy I will have, the terrible season it will produce, but the joy I will have for the jokes we can make
I mean, it
afterward.
would be funny. Can you imagine somebody's whole story arc and the reason why they are brought back is so they have another opportunity to finally make a move that they didn't make the first time.
You know,
Oh,
at
poor
least
Mitch.
Caleb's second
Mitch, come
chances
on the
caught a fish.
podcast. Give us your breakdown. I know you're watching. All right, come on the podcast.
You know what's
Give us
funny,
your
actually?
breakdown.
Do you remember that Stallings told us, I think he has like Mitch's number or something like that?
Whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Okay, didn't mean it
Mm.
like that, but like
Mike
Wow.
Stallings.
All right.
Mike
Are we
Stallings.
done talking with about Joe?
I
Either
don't know
yeah,
if
one.
we
there's
are
much
done
else
talking
to
about Joe. I
say.
think right now we're talking about Mitch for some reason.
So what do you guys think Mitch's effect on season 50 is? Like, break it down player by player. Other than Joe, we're not allowed to talk. We just finished talking about Joe, so not Joe.
Well, let's see. Who are players who haven't made a move yet?
Aubrey.
Okay, but Aubrey's a special case. She's a bit different. I feel like she actually has a chance to somehow win the game.
Has Tiffany made a move? Do we know?
No.
She tried to, I think.
She tried, yeah, she was like trying to get like Emily out that one episode. I don't know if it was last episode, and that didn't really work out for her. I think it was last episode. I'm not sure. Oh,
Aubrey
Emily's
also
another
believes
one that, huh?
Emily. Oh, sorry. You go.
No, I was gonna say Emily's like another person that's like I feel like is kind of there. I mean, I think in terms of the edit and like what she's been doing, she's kind of like died down. I think she has been more of an entertainment aspect in terms of this season, not necessarily like the best game player. She can't keep her mouth shut, and that's very like entertaining to watch to see how she plays Survivor. But I don't think she's winning the game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think from 45 to this season, I don't think Emily was ever that great of a player. I think she just has the fatal flaw and that she's just not, she lacks the social awareness. Like, yeah, she's gotten better, but she's still severely lacking in that department, and it's a debilitating aspect of her game. That's her Achilles heel. And like I think she's also just like she's probably fine, but okay, thank you for the glasses. But she's
Yo,
probably not, I don't think she's that great socially either. Like she's probably fine to be around, but like I think there is just like something missing from her to where like I couldn't imagine a jury voting for her this season. Like, yeah, and she also just hasn't played that great of a game from what we've seen. And I think on the topic of you saying that she's more there for entertainment, like she's outclassed in every department entertainment wise by Devens and probably by a few other players this season. So it's just like even on that front, I feel like she's lacking. But I think she's fine strategically. She's fine socially. She's probably good. She's good to great strategically, and then socially she's just kind of whatever.
I
But
mean,
it's just
oh,
kind of eh.
from what I was seeing, it seems like she's been like kind of classified as a blab, you know? Because like I don't know if y'all caught the moment at Tribal where Emily was like, "Oh, I thought it was Devens," and then Stephanie goes, "Yeah, right," and then
Oh, Jonathan, you're so. He said she was full of it.
I think just a lot of people don't like really know what to tell her because she comes off as a blab. I think because I remember there was like a few confessionals a couple episodes ago where they were like scared to tell Emily stuff in case she like caused chaos with it.
Rightfully
Yep.
Uh,
so. Yeah.
Beyond that, is there anyone else we're really dying to discuss? I'm thinking. If not, we can move. We can
Uh,
roll right
I
into.
was, I
we
don't think
missed
we
Tiffany,
talked
but I think we already
about,
talked about Tiffany
we
enough.
didn't talk about Tiffany, but honestly, is there even much to say about Tiffany? I mean, she's
I
starting
mean,
to win
she's just
I
kind
feel
of
like I
challenges.
Cirie's
kind of
shadow
gave
right
my
now.
thoughts already. I think yeah, she's just kind of. Well, she had the. I feel like the problem with her is that her edit has so much more focused on the people that she's tied to than they do on her, where it focuses more on Cirie. It focuses more on Aubry. Those are the players with the complexity. And then there's just their pal, Tiffany. And that's it. So I feel like that's all that she's there for. And then she's circumstantially there to be really mad at Coach or Jonathan or Joe. Like that's her purpose this season, which sucks. And I'm happy that I think she's probably doing more there than we're seeing, but just by how the season shakes out and by how she was perceived going in, like she's not a big character. She's not a legend of the game relative to these other players. Like she's just not important, and the editors don't value her, which sucks for her because I'm sure she's really nice and she's really awesome. And I think she is a good player. It's just next to these players, next to these characters, she does not match up.
I was gonna say we didn't talk, I don't think at all really about Stephanie. Yeah, she got voted out, which honestly, I'm not upset about that. I think she was just kind of there. And the thing that's like I'm really trying to like wrap my head around is that like before the season started airing, after they finished filming, she would not stop talking about this season and how excited she was about this season. Like she just kept going on and on and on. So I thought like, okay, Stephanie must have like a really deep run or have like a really huge impact on the season. She must have done something like memorable or done a lot throughout the game for her to be this excited about season 50. And honestly, I don't think she did either of those things. I mean, she got what, 10th place, and she didn't really have that much influence over the game. So I still don't know why Stephanie was so excited about season 50.
I mean, in my opinion, from the day the game started, I don't think she's that good of a social player. I think she has some strategic props to her. Like she knows how like to organize votes and like try to talk people into it. But like especially like at tribal, she just like kind of broke down. Like she obviously like I think she obvious oh my God. I think she did just tribal awful. Like when she was getting all these accusations, she was just like not even like really like explaining herself well, or like she kind of put herself into that scenario and she didn't really do that well. Like I think she did. I think she said maybe the worst things you could ever say like at tribal, where she like kind of like just cut people off that were possibly gonna maybe vote with her, and that's kind of what drove Jonathan to probably separate from her too.
Yeah. I don't, I think for, I mean, it sucks because my draft team is now down to just Jonathan.
Oh
It's
my
really
God.
not been a good time for my
The
draft.
draft. We did not
Yes,
bring up the
but I
draft.
just,
I think that is
yeah, but
now is a
I just
perfect
want to
time
say,
for that.
yeah, I don't know what Stephanie was on that she thought this was great and she thought she needed to hype up this season that much. Oh, for her to go out 10th place in an 8-2, where the only person that didn't vote for her was through Devens' stolen vote. I don't know what she thought she did that was so great that warranted. Maybe she was just excited, and that's fine if she was just excited. But I feel like to be that excited, like I was expecting her to do something cool with the steal of a. Maybe she finally gets one over on Cirie or something, but no, nothing. But yeah, I guess we can move into the draft now. Michael Fisher, we had another Michael Stallings, do a preseason draft. And he did the people's draft. So that's your team. Now I'm gonna
Okay.
send you the teams we have left over. You're gonna need to justify Stallings picks. So good luck.
I need to
It's actually
justify.
not doing too bad.
Well, you need to
Yeah,
also
so you're
explain how we calculate the points. We do things a bit different here.
Oh yeah, so the way we calculate the point totals is that for every placement somebody gets, they get plus 1 point. So Jenna was first boot, she got 1 point. Kyle was second boot, 2 points, so on and so forth. So for this round, Stephanie went out 8-2, 10th place. So that's plus 15, and then -8 because she had 8 votes cast against her this tribal council. So an overall score for Stephanie and for me, who drafted her, of +7. And then Isaiah, who drafted Aubry. Aubry got 2 votes against her. That's -2 for Isaiah again. So our standings as of episode 10, this is a majority of the season at this point, more than a majority of the season. We have Isaiah at -11. We have Stallings, you're at 2 points. And me, I'm sitting pretty at 20. Am I going to hold on to it past the next 2 episodes? I'll probably have it at the end of next week. Probably not that much longer. At that point, I think I'll probably just be done, and I'll be losing this draft relatively quickly. But does it really matter who finishes in first place, or does it matter who was winning for 90%? I think that's really what needs to be
Ninety
pay attention
percent.
to
It's like,
here.
oh,
No, it's about how you finish, not how you
it's like
No,
start.
no, I don't think
it's like
so.
60% done.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess in
So,
terms of people
Michael
who
Fisher, give us your thoughts on your draft team, your 4 players you have left, and
I
see
mean,
how you think you're going to be doing here.
I'm loving the team. I'm seeing Cirie on here, which is obviously like really good because I think she's probably gonna make a deep run. And even if she does go home, she's probably gonna go home with max like 3 votes. Um,
Yep.
as for
We're getting near
Joe,
the
I
end
don't have
game
to worry
now.
about him going home because he'll probably get third place anyway.
Yeah.
Um, I think the two scary picks on here are Devens and Emily, obviously, because I think Devens has possibility of going home idle in pocket soon here. Though I think I would hope he's smarter than that. Um, and
He
Emily,
is Mr. Idol. So, hasn't
I
he
feel
played
like
every
Emily
single one of his
is
idols
playing a
correctly?
little too messy, but I
I
think
don't know.
I'm pretty sure every idol he ever played was played correctly.
yeah.
No, no, he played an idol for David in Edge of Extinction.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh, I thought
guess.
you
It
said
was
arm
kind of a play
himself
from
though.
both of them.
Yeah, I mean technically it still wasn't correct,
Wait,
but
did he have 4 idols that season? Because he had that idol, and then there was like three out. I think he played 3 others, didn't he? Because he played one at Final Five for Gavin. He
he
played one
idled
at
out
Final,
Ron that I remember.
and then I think he played in one more. Unless that was it.
I can
Because
tell
I know
you.
he also won immunity.
No idea. I remember
He
those
won
three.
immunity at no five,
He
final
did win
five,
immunity at
because
Final
he had his
Five.
double fake idol play at final six. Because I
Okay.
think Victoria went at final six, and then Lauren went at final five, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. So he did
He
have
played an idol
four.
in Chris at final six.
So this is his fifth idol, technically.
Yep. That's not like a franchise record. I don't think so. I think Russell
I
has
have
him
no
beat.
idea.
Um, so I think we
Well,
covered.
I think they're tied probably. I think Russell was at 5 too, 'cause I think he had three in Samoa and two in HVV. Unless you count the one
Maybe.
that
He only had one in
JT gave him.
HVD.
Oh, did he only
Oh,
find the
he
one?
did. I thought he
Yeah,
had more than one. Okay.
because Parvati found um the other idol one that it was rehidden, and then Sandra found one, and then he just had the one that he found originally, and then the one that he got from JT.
Perfect. All right. Well, I don't know that there's much more to break down other than to do our tried and true conquest prediction of giving a big, beautiful, bold prediction and a stupid, boring, bitchy, basic prediction. So I'll kick us off here. I'll give my basic prediction first. My basic prediction, I'm going to say we see an idol played next week. I think that's a fair bet. We're at final nine. There's three idols. I'm going to say we see an idol played next week. My beautiful, bold prediction. I'm going to say we see. I'm going to say next week we see Cirie go out in a 5-3-1. And it's gonna be great. Ozzy is gonna waste his idol, and then Cirie is gonna go home in that exact vote count. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay. I guess
You
I'll
go
go
next, Isaiah.
next. My boring, safe prediction is that uh Emily Flippin is gonna go home. I know last week I said that Rick Devens was gonna go home, um, this week, but I really think that those two, one of them has to go soon, and I think it's gonna be Emily. I don't think it's gonna be Devens because he found the idol. My bold prediction, honestly, this might be pretty boring compared to like the other bold predictions I've made, and honestly, some people might say this one's not very bold, but I think the bold prediction is we're finally gonna see Aubrey make a big move because she's been talking about it, and there's just been this all this lead up into like this possible huge move that Aubrey's gonna make, and I think you know. We're gonna see it this week. I know that's not that seems like or next week. That seems like a boring prediction, but honestly, with how long we've been waiting for this so-called move to happen, like it might be pretty bold. So I'm gonna say Aubrey's gonna do something. Actually, no, hold on. I'm gonna say what she's gonna do. That'll make things more bold. So Aubrey's big bold move is she is going to. Okay. She's gonna take out Ozzy idle in pocket. That's the bold move.
Okay. For my basic prediction, I'm gonna guess that Emily goes home seven. No, yeah, 7-2. With two votes on Dev. No, on Devens. Yeah. Uh, and then for my bold prediction, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna. I don't think Ozzy's gonna go home idle in pocket. I think they might actually put the votes on him. I think he gets intel from Cirie last second and he idles out. I might just say Emily again. I don't know.
That's not very bold, Fisher.
I know,
We
but
want
like
we want bold. I want bold
Honestly,
here.
I think
he
all of
idles
our
out
bold
Devens.
predictions
Like
are kind
Devens
of
doesn't play
boring.
his idol and it ties. Oh
I
my god.
predicted vote count. I predicted an idol would be played and wasted. I predicted who would go home. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say exactly where the votes are going. Voting for Cirie, guess who it is? It's Aubrey. It's Joe. It's Jonathan. It's Devens. It's Emily. There's your five. You have Tiffany throwing a stupid hinky vote on Emily, and then you got three votes on who? It's Jonathan, okay? Jonathan might be the only player left this season with no votes cast against him.
Jonathan
Like,
and
it's gonna
Joe.
happen. Jonathan and Joe. Honor and integrity is getting these players to the end of the game with a perfect game.
Okay.
Alrighty. You know what? Scratch that. That's my new bold prediction. I predict Joe and Jonathan will be a surprise final two. Boom. Yeah, that's right.
All right,
Bomb
my actual
dropped. And
bold
guess what?
prediction
Jonathan's gonna win unanimously,
Sure.
play a perfect game.
is Ozzy idols, and it ties between Devens and Emily, 5 to 2 to 2, and Devens goes home idle in pocket.
Wow. Good job.
I'm
All
going to
right.
stick with my boring bold prediction, but I think,
Well, you're a boring guy.
well, sorry, listen, I know we've had some very like bold predictions, like bold predictions in the past. We predicted that Ozzy and, Coach would throw hands. I think we've also predicted that they'd make love and none of that happened.
Wait,
Uh,
I think I missed this episode.
No, no, and we predicted that Christian was going to assault somebody.
Oh yeah, because he was talking about in the preview that how his wife was going to divorce him. I mean, we had to like talk about that and like make a prediction. Like, why was that going to happen?
Unfortunately, we were wrong. It was actually
Gonna
Christian
like
shitting his pants.
he should have punched someone and be like, "Son, did you see that?"
Exactly.
Okay,
All right.
so I think that is it for this week's episode of the Survivor Conquest podcast. Tune in next week because we will have a brand new, never before seen guest. We don't know who that person will be yet, but they will be a
It's
brand
Fisher.
new
It's
guest.
Fisher in a wig.
I have an afro.
Exactly. Please welcome to to the podcast, Michael Bisher. Oh my goodness.
All right. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't
Because
do
we,
it.
we need more viewers than just like our average 20. We need to go back to the Survivor 47 days when we'd have a couple hundred each episode.
Well, you got to
So
get advertising. Go door to door in your closed neighborhood,
I'm not
in your
Mason, but
gated community that you live in, Mr. Ivory Tower. Like,
what the hell? Why don't you do
I'll
some
tell my mom to watch it.
advertising? Don't you?
I do advertising. I post it all around the place.
Oh, good. You make like these posters and whatnot,
Isn't this
from
usually where we cut the recording?
No, this is
N-
important content.
this is very, they need to know our marketing strategy for the
We
Survivor
should probably
Conquest
get the
podcast.
assistant to do the marketing. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, that is true.
Who's the
Honestly,
assistant?
the assistant has it too good because he went on that vacation and ever since he just hasn't been the same. He's been extra lazy.
Maybe he's doing work for another podcast. Maybe he got hired by Rob has a podcast and
No,
that
no, no, no. He got hired by Outwit, Outpod, whatever the hell the name of that podcast is. I
yeah,
forgot
that
the
one.
name.
I
Oh,
like that was the whole launching point for the Conquest podcast coming back was that we faced competition from one Michael Stallings with his freaking podcast, and they haven't done an episode in months.
You know why? Because
We killed them.
that's
With
right.
our consistency, with
That's
our good content. We are amazing. We're killing it. Why don't we have a Patreon? Why don't we make thousands of dollars every month? You know what? We're just too generous. We don't want to take that money away from the people. This is the people's podcast, all right? That's what this is. We had Michael Stallings make the people's draft team. This is just like we're the best podcast ever. You know, like, subscribe, send us your kidneys. Fuck it. Like, that'd be a good idea. All right, you can end
okay.
the podcast.
All right, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's
I've
it.
said my bit.